In this class, I am going to revising, that is chapter number 5, or else second functions of management called organizing. From this chapter, we can expect totally 11 marks. 1 marks question is 1, 2 marks question is 1, 8 marks question is 1, totally 11 marks plus practical oriented question. This practical oriented question carries 5 marks in the examination. In this class, I am going to revising each and every section, as well as I am going to telling you that which questions we can expect for the final examination. Before discussing of section A, I will like to tell you that what are the important question or which type of question you can expect in the final examination. Chapter number 5, the question paper setter will be focused only multiple choice question in this chapter. They have that less possibility of one word answers, but in 100%, 80% of the question will come from that multiple choice questions. Remaining in 20% you can expect in one word. That one word answer you can expect like which management function translate plan into action, what is organization structure, and which structure or which organizational structure is suitable for having large variety of products, what is delegation. Like this question you can expect in the examination, and also in this chapter we can easily score the 11 marks. Coming to that revision, that is section A carries 1 marks. In section A, they have that one word answers also and multiple choice questions also. Coming to that first question, which management function translate plan into action? That is plan into action, none other than the second functions of management, that is organizing. Next one, what is organizational structure? The organizational structure, it is designed by the top management, and also here we can tell that organizational structure is a framework. We can this framework and managerial operating tasks are to be performed. This is called organizational structure. Next question, which type of organization structure is suitable for enterprises having large variety of product? We have the two types of structures, organizational structure. One is functional structure and second one divisional structure. Functional structure is suitable for only one product and especially for small industries or medium industries, or else those industries they are offering or they are producing only one product. But the divisional structure is most suitable for the 2 or more product. Example, the Reliance industry offering more than 4 or 5. For that industries or for that company, the most suitable organizational structure is divisional structure. I think you have understand that means the large variety of product, more than one product, the structure is suitable divisional structure. And next, what is delegation? Delegation means it is the downward transfer of authority from superior to subordinate. What is called downward? For example, in management we have the 3 types of management. Just assume that the levels of management: top level management, middle level management, and supervisory level of management. Suppose the top level management will give that authority or give that freedom to the middle level management. That what that middle level management will do? They will give some authority, some power to the superior or supervisor or lower level management. This we can call it as delegation, transferring of authority from superior here middle level management, subordinate will comes in the lower level management. And next question, what is authority? This authority word, it is very familiar to you because in second chapter the Henry Fayol has propounded the one of the principle authority and responsibility. Here what is authority? Authority is the right of an individual to command his subordinate to take action within the scope of his position. That means authority, this power having only individual, only one person. The one person they can use this power with is the co-workers or a subordinate, and the worker or the manager, he has to perform his power within the scope of his position. For example, Kumar having that power in a production department, he has to take within that production department. He should not supposed to cross that production department. He don't have a power to involve in purchasing department or marketing department. That means the power is only limit with the production department. Understood? It is called the best example for the authority. Next one, what is responsibility? Simple. Responsibility, what the manager, the work has been allotted, that work has to be performed by the subordinate. It is called responsibility. Next one, can accountability can be delegated? No, it cannot be delegated. Here that word of accountability. What is accountability? Suppose Kumar is a manager. He allotted the work to the three persons, three subordinate A, B, C. After that completing of work, the A, B, C only, he or she has to responsible to report what that work status, whether it is completed or not. It should not transfer to that some other person like D, E, F, because the D, E, F is not supposed to answer. The ABC only they have performed the work. This is called accountability cannot be transferred to that another person. Next question, when can one say that an organization is centralized? Yes, it is centralized because all the decision making will taken by the top level management or higher level management in organization. And next question, what is decentralization? We have the concept of centralization and decentralization. Centralization means all the power, and here that very systematic, the top level management will frame that rules and regulation. That rules and regulation should followed by all other levels of management. All other levels of management, they don't have a power to take their decision, because here that the main power or main activity, main role played by an top level management. It is called centralization. Next, decentralization. What is called decentralization? The top level management, they have given the full of freedom to the next levels of management, that is middle level management and supervisory level of management. It is called decentralization. The best example, the general example to understand the centralization and decentralization. For example, in one house, they have that housewife or a homemaker. The homemaker will going to decide what that food has to be cooked for his family. She has to decide. That means the power having that to cook the food, having that this power having that the homemaker. But in sometimes in Sunday or Saturday, all the family members will going to decide what they want to eat that food. They will going to tell to that mother, and they will going to keep on discussing. This is called decentralization. Each and every employees, they are going to discussing without any power or without any restriction or without any rules and regulation. They are communicating each other. It is called decentralization. Centralization means the mother has to cook in a daily. No one, the other family members, they don't have a contact. Whenever the mother will going to cook the food, on that time they have to supposed to eat. Understood? In an organization also, the production department or a purchasing department, the two department, they should not contact with a centralization. Understood? And next one, which of the following is not element of delegation? See this question has been repeated in a 3 times. March 2019 examination, supplementary March 2019 examination, and March 2020 examination. Is not element of delegation. For delegation, we have the 3 element. One is accountability, next one authority or a responsibility. These are the 3 element of delegation. The answer is option D, informal organization. Here that question they asked is not element of delegation. And next question, a network of social relationship that arise spontaneously due to interaction at work is called. That means social relationship. You have to understand that word. What is called social relationship? In an organization, each and every department they can communicate without any restriction. In which forms of organization? Formal organization means full controlled by the top level management. Each and every department they should don't have a contact. But in informal organization, they can contact with anyone. They can communicate other than the company goals, like a cinema or a sports or a serial or any rumors they can talk. It is called informal communication. Network of social relationship. The answer is informal organization. Next question, which of the following does not follow the scalar chain? Scalar chain means what the top level management has said, other level management has to follow. But here does not follow. The answer is informal organization. And next, for delegation to be effective, it is essential that responsibility that accompanied with necessary. Answer is authority. Next is span of management refers to. Span of management means a number of subordinate under a superior. They have that only one superior, one manager. Under that manager, they are working as a number of subordinate. The best example at present, MNC company, multinational company, they have that TL. TL means team leader. Team leader, the superior. Under the team leader, they have that number of workers they are working. The employees they are working. It is called span of management. Last question in the 1 marks, that is grouping activities on the basis of function is a part of. Grouping the activities, that means functional structure. And next, section B. In section B carries 2 marks questions, and here the very important questions are define organizing and differences between authority and responsibility and differences between functional and divisional structure. These are the very important question, and also one more question, formal organization. Among these 4 questions we can expect for the 2 marks in the final examination. Let us discuss the section B. First question, define organizing. That is, when you are writing that definition or definition, you have to suppose to write the first is the author name, compulsory. In an examination, 1 marks will allotted for the author, remaining 1 marks will allotted for the definition. If you're supposed to fail to write that definition author name, you are going to get a 0 marks in the examination. That is the reason very important to write the author name. Here the author is according to Theo Hyman. This Theo Hyman has given the definition. The organizing is the process of defining and grouping the activities of enterprises and establishing authority relationship among them. That means the second function of management, this organizing is a process All other management function is a process. You can just observe planning, organizing, that end of that indicate ing. Ing means still it's going on. That means a process. Defining and grouping the activities of enterprises. That means after planning, we are going to group that resources. That means that raw material, or we have to find out, or we have to think that what are the department or what are the requirement, or what are the human resources required to perform in the each and every department. That is called defining the grouping activities and establishing authority relationship among them. Authority relationship among them is nothing but here clearly defined. That means organizing function clearly defines whom is report to whom. Suppose the manager is a one and they have the 10 workers. The manager will give the direction to the 10 workers. After completing the work, all the 10 peoples or 10 workers, 10 employees, they have to report to the same manager. Here the organizing function, it will reduce this confusion and misunderstanding among the manager as well as the subordinate. It is called organizing. Next is give the meaning of organizing. Here you can easily write simple meaning, that is organizing is a process of bringing together all the resources is called organizing. And also you have to achieve that organizational goals with effectively and efficiently. Next question number 3. State any two or write any two differences between functional and divisional structure. When you're writing that differences in a PU level or class 12th level, you have to supposed to write like first is basis or basic, next functional structure and divisional structure. Here basis, first basis here formation. With the help of this word formation, we can easily write it that basis. Here the formation in functional structure is based on the functions. The formation in divisional structure is based on the product lines. And next one, specialization. In functional structure, the specialization is functional specialization. In divisional structure, product specialization. And next question, give the meaning of formal organization. This formal organization, in organization we have the two, that is formal organization and informal organization. This formal organization, it is a structure designed by the top level management to achieve some goal, and also what that top level management has clearly said, that has to be followed next levels of management. They don't have a power to take any decision. Understood? It is called formal organization. Informal organization, there is no organizational structure, and the informal organization structure is only created among the employees. They are going to discussing like a topic called social, like a cinema, cricket, sports, movies, or politics, like that all the topics they are going to discussing among that the subordinate. It is called informal organization. In majoritarily, you can expect the formal organization in the examination. Next, compare our differences between authority and accountability. Here also basis, authority, accountability. First basis here, meaning. In meaning, in authority, right to command. That means the authority. Kumar having that authority, he can command to his subordinate. You have to perform the A or a B task. Understood? It is authority. Accountability. Answerable for outcome. Kumar has give the direction, or he has commanded to subordinate. He has to perform in production department the work. After completing that work, the employee has to report to that manager, or he has to give that feedback what he has completed or what he has to give that work's status. It is called answerable. The employee is supposed to answerable to the manager Kumar. And delegation. Delegation means transfer. Authority cannot be delegated. Accountability, sorry, the delegation in authority can be delegated. That means top level management having that some power, it can be delegated to the middle level. Like in a schools also, the principal having some power, the principal can transfer some power to the vice principal. The vice principal can transfer to the some power to the teachers or lecturers. Like in organization also, the manager will transfer the some authority to the subordinate or subordinate. And next, accountability, it cannot be delegated. And next, last question in 2 marks, state any two differences between delegation and decentralization. Very simple, here that you can write it. Meaning, delegation, it is a downward transfer of authority. Decentralization, it is a, already I have explained in a 1 marks, you can write it. Meaning, second one, freedom of action. Here they have that more control. In decentralization, they have that less control. These are the very important question or most expected question in the examination. In the next class, I am going to explain you, that is section D. In this chapter, there is no section C. Section C questions will not come for the examination, that is 4 marks will not come for the examination. Only 8 marks we can expect from the organizing chapter. In next class, I am going to revising 8 marks, that is organizing chapter. Thank you and prepare well.